Trees are awesome, beautiful things, but they're also vital components of our cities and communities, and we need to design carefully around them so that they'll be there for many years to come. Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm an arboricultural consultant, and I understand the value of trees and how we can design around them. And that's why I've made this video course, to help designers like you to work with trees so that they'll be healthy and stable at the end of the process. So what's the deal with trees? What do they need? How do they work? And what's design got to do with it? So here's a tree that I've drawn. The three main components of any tree are the foliage, the stem and branches, and the roots underneath the ground. So if we imagine this tree has a 400mm diameter at the trunk, diameter at breast height, then we can calculate the tree protection zone and the structural root zone from that measurement. So the tree protection zone is the area of roots that the tree needs to survive and thrive and continue to live into the future. It's got the fibrous roots or feeder roots that take up nutrients, water, and oxygen. These are the vital components that the tree needs to survive. So this is the area that we need to think about when we're designing so that the tree can continue to live on into the future. The other component that we can calculate from the diameter of the tree's trunk is the structural root zone. So what are structural roots? They're the part of the tree that's responsible for holding the tree upright and stable. It's kind of like a footing for a building, except that trees are living things and they need all of their roots, not just the structural roots, to survive. And the really important thing to remember is that structural roots do not grow back. It's like cutting off your foot. The tree needs that structural root system to hold it upright. It may appear stable after you've cut a couple of roots, but then the real effect happens further down the track. In the next storm event, you might find that the tree is destabilized, and as a result of cutting the roots, the tree may fall over or fail because of that root damage. So let's start by making sure that we're using the right terms. We have an Australian standard for protection of trees on development sites, which is where we get the terms that I've mentioned, tree protection zone and structural root zone. We used to use the British standard and terms such as critical root zone and primary root zone. Those are no longer in use because we've got our own terms. We also refer to tree removal, not demolition or any other term, and the opposite of that would be tree retention. Now the term lopping is something that we just don't use in arboriculture. It's a term that means incorrect pruning and it damages the tree, so we use pruning. So here's a list of actions and works that can impact trees that we need to consider when we're designing near trees. But the most important one that I want to draw your attention to is anything involving excavation. So as we've just heard, cutting roots can weaken the tree and result in the tree failing or falling over in the next weather event. I'll put a link in the description below of a complete list of works that can impact trees. So that's been an overview of the parts of a tree, terms that we use, and some actions that can damage trees. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.